It started with something small, my dog barking. Now, if you own a dog, you know they bark at random things sometimes. A noise outside, someone walking past the house, even a shadow moving across the wall. So when Max started barking every night, I didn't think much of it at first. Max is a German Shepherd, 4 years old, normally calm, quiet, and very protective. But about 2 weeks ago, something changed. Every night at exactly 2:17 a.m., Max would wake up. He'd slowly sit up in his bed, stare toward the same corner of the living room, and start barking. Not playful barking, not warning barking, but deep, aggressive barking, like he was trying to scare something away. The first night, I ignored it. The second night, I assumed maybe there was a mouse in the wall. By the third night, I started paying attention, because Max wasn't just barking. He was backing away from that corner, like something in the room was moving toward him. So I checked the corner. Nothing there. No furniture, no shadows, just an empty space between the couch and the wall. Max stood behind me, growling quietly, his eyes locked on that exact spot. Then he did something I had never seen him do before. He whimpered. Dogs don't whimper unless they're scared, and Max is not a dog that scares easily. That night I stayed awake, watching the corner, waiting for something to happen. But nothing did. Eventually, Max stopped barking, and everything went quiet. Until the next night, 2:17 a.m., right on time. Max jumped up again. This time he didn't just bark, he ran behind me, like he wanted me between him and that corner. I turned on the light. The corner was empty, but Max kept staring at it and slowly backing away. Then something strange happened. Max tilted his head, like he was listening, the way dogs do when they hear something far away, something humans can't hear. Then he started barking again, but this time, he was barking higher up, like whatever he was seeing was no longer on the floor. I followed his gaze, up the wall, up toward the ceiling, but I still couldn't see anything, just empty air. Max's barking turned into panicked whining, and suddenly he ran upstairs. That night I barely slept. The next day I started thinking about something I had heard before. Dogs can see things humans can't. Small movements, infrared light, even things we might not understand. But I still didn't believe anything supernatural was happening. Not yet. Then came the seventh night, 2:17 a.m. Max started barking again, but this time he didn't stay in the living room. He slowly backed into the hallway, still barking, still staring at the corner, like something had stepped out of it and was following him. I stood up, my heart racing, and for the first time, I noticed something. The corner looked darker than the rest of the room, just slightly, like a shadow, but the light in the room hadn't changed. Max kept barking. Then suddenly, he stopped. The room went completely silent. Max's ears flattened, his tail dropped, and he slowly started walking backward, step by step, toward me, his eyes never leaving the corner. Then he did something that made my blood run cold. He looked up at me and growled. Not at me, past me, behind me. I turned slowly, but nothing was there, just the empty hallway. When I turned back toward the living room, Max had already run upstairs. The next morning I checked something. The security camera in my living room. I installed it months ago, mostly to check on Max when I'm at work. I opened the footage from the night before and skipped to 2:17 a.m. At first everything looked normal. Max stood in the living room, barking toward the corner, just like every night. But then something changed. Something that made my stomach drop. The camera picked up a shadow, slowly forming in the corner, but there was nothing casting it. No object, no movement, just darkness growing across the wall. And then the shadow moved. It stretched upward, like something was standing up. Max backed away immediately, just like I remembered. But the camera caught something I never saw that night, something standing in the corner. A tall figure, thin, almost human-shaped, but completely black, like a silhouette made of smoke. It didn't move at first. It just stood there, watching. Then it slowly turned its head, toward the camera, toward me, even though I wasn't there. And then it did something that made me shut the video off, something I can't stop thinking about. It started walking, out of the corner, toward the hallway, toward the stairs, toward my bedroom. That video was from last night. Right now I'm sitting in my living room again, waiting, watching the corner. Max refuses to come downstairs anymore. He's hiding in my bedroom, whining, and the clock just changed. 2:17 a.m. Max just started barking again. But this time, he's not barking at the corner. He's barking at my bedroom door. And the living room corner is empty, because whatever was there before is no longer there.